My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
You know, I didn't think that I'd get this game. When it was first revealed, you know, I was one of many that was just like, okay, I'm done with Call of Duty, you know. I'm done. I don't really need to play this game no more. I'm looking for that next shooter, you know. And then all the jokes came about. I said that it looks like Call of Duty is having an identity crisis. It just had it looked like it was taking things from every shooter out there and just trying to come up with something. So, you know, I really did not think I would get this game. But what led me into getting this game, and now that I think about it, I was smart for doing that, is because when the Halo Master Chief Collection, you know, come out, I didn't just want to play that, because if you just play like one shooter every day, like eventually you won't get tired of it, but you'll get burnt out from it. So I ended up buying that Call of Duty Advanced Warfare because I wanted this to be my secondary shooter, and then Destiny could be my third, you know. So, but now that I look at it, this was a smart move because the Master Chief Collection is broken. But I already did my rant on that. But so I ended up buying Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the PlayStation 4, and I've beat the story. Of course, I've been playing the multiplayer. I mean, who buys Call of Duty and doesn't play the multiplayer? So I finally feel like I can give my review for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Let's get into this sucker. Alright, so the story for that Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, okay, the game takes place in year 2054, okay, this is Advanced Warfare, okay, so the game takes place in year 2054, and you're playing as Private Jack Mitchell, also played by Troy Baker. I'm sure you might have heard of him. I mean, he's been in a few games, from Batman Arkham Origins to BioShock Infinite to The Last of Us. I mean, all low-key games, but I'm sure you might have heard of him. So you're playing as Private Jack Mitchell, and he's part of the U.S. Marine Corps. And currently, the U.S. are going against the North Koreans because the North Koreans have invaded Seoul. So they're trying to stop that whole invasion from going on, and it's being led by the KVA member codename Hades. And if your codename is Hades, you can't be a good guy. So once that, you know, in the middle of that war, Mitchell's best friend, Will Irons, he actually gets killed in battle, and Mitchell himself, he gets severely injured. So once that happens, Will Irons' father, Jonathan Irons, played by Kevin Spacey, though, he's pissed because, you know, his son just died, and he feels like the death of his son could have been avoided. So once that happens, you know, he goes to Mitchell because he knew that, you know, him and his son was real close. So he decides to give Mitchell a second chance because he just so happens to be the CEO of this corporation known as Atlas. So that's pretty much what the story is about without going too, you know, deep into it. Honestly, I really enjoyed this story. You know, it wasn't like no Game of the Year type storyline, but I really did enjoy this story. I think it had a great plot. I think it had great characters. You know, the voice acting was great. I really enjoyed the story. It was a solid storyline. So I really enjoyed the story for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The game has great graphics. You know, this is really during, you know, the cutscenes, but sometimes in these cutscenes, like, you will see how realistic these people look. Like, Kevin Spacey looks like Kevin Spacey in this game. Troy Baker, I'm like, dude, that is Troy Baker, dude. Like, the graphics in, like, the cutscenes are great, and even in the gameplay, the game has great graphics. So the story was great, you know, the graphics are great. I thought the voice acting was solid. So let's get to that gameplay. Now, the game is called Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, you know, so you're using a lot of futuristic equipment and devices and stuff like that. The main thing you're using is the exosuit. The exosuit is what allows you to jetpack or grapple or cloak, you know, stuff like that. And you also get access to a lot of these other futuristic devices, you know, to use at your disposal when the situation calls for it. So, you know, the gameplay, really not much has changed. It still feels like Call of Duty, but, you know, with all the new things, you know, they have in the game, it kind of gives it a fresh experience, but it still keeps that core gameplay of Call of Duty. So the gameplay, if you've played Call of Duty, you know, you'll probably pick up, you know, on how to play this game fairly quickly. Get into the infamous online multiplayer for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You know, this is the reason why Call of Duty is still relevant. Let's be honest, the online multiplayer, okay? This is the crack to some people. Some people cannot get enough of playing Call of Duty online. So, again, I did not play Ghost, dude. I have yet to play a single second of Ghost, but from what I hear, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is better in every aspect that Call of Duty goes, especially the online multiplayer. So from what I've played of the online, I mean, it is a fun game. I mean, it doesn't matter what you think about Call of Duty. When you play the game online, you can always get some enjoyment while playing the game. So the game is fun. My issues are, one, the main issue is the maps in this online are absolute cheeks. the maps in this online, there's literally not one map that I like in this game. There's only two maps that I can somewhat, you know, tolerate playing on, and that is Biolab and Terrace. Aside from that, I hate every single map in this game. Like, I wish the map design was better. I really don't like the maps in this game. The score streaks aren't really that good. You know, there's really no score streaks that really do damage. The only score streaks that, you know, you really look forward to getting is the Warbird and maybe the Goliath, aka Titanfall. You know, but aside from that, even the score streaks really aren't that good. But that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. I like that they didn't really put no overpowered score streaks in this game, because at one point it just seemed like they were just adding more and more kill streaks, and it was just like all of these kill streaks were overpowered. So I kind of like that they don't really have any score streaks that really do damage, but at the same time, like, you don't really get that sense of rewardment, you know, when you get, you know, your top score streak, you know, unless, again, it's a Warbird or a Goliath. So that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. The weapons, there's really not a lot of guns to choose from in this game. I wish they had more guns to choose from. There's really not that much. You know, you probably have like maybe 5 or 6 guns to choose from in each, you know, class. So I wish they had more weapons to choose from in this game. You know, of course, you can still unlock, you know, the camos for these guns. You know, do the you know, do the challenges for these weapons and stuff like that. But again, it's still your typical Call of Duty game. You know, the only thing that I was really shocked by of how well it actually does work in the multiplayer is the exosuit. Like, the exosuit, it really meshes in well with the multiplayer. It does not feel unnatural. It doesn't feel forced. It really feels like it adds, you know, a different, you know, layer of skill to Call of Duty. So I really do like the exosuit. It really does. It really meshes in well with this game. So I was shocked by that, because I'm telling you, when this jump was first showed off, I'm like, this has no place in Call of Duty, but it really does work well. So the online multiplayer, for the most part, it is fun. But again, it's Call of Duty, okay? The spawns are bad. The spawns are bad. Like, people are always behind you because of the exosuits. You know, people, you know, can get on rooftops and stuff like that. So you constantly have to watch your back in this game, more so than in any other Call of Duty that I remember. So it's still Call of Duty, but you can get some enjoyment while playing the online, of course. Of course, you have the survival mode, which is like, you know, you're playing co-op, you know, with your friends and stuff like that. That's fun to play. So Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, you know, and you know, as an overall game, it's a good game. You know, the story is good. The online multiplayer, again, it's still Call of Duty, but you can get some enjoyment while playing that. I'll give Call of Duty Advanced Warfare a 7.5. I do enjoy playing this game, but again, it's Call of Duty. You know, don't expect too much. Just expect Call of Duty with a facelift. Okay, so saying that, that is my review for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I will catch you guys in my next video. All right, peace out, suckers.